My students use sign language during class, and I found out something horrific. I have an amazing class with 21 kids. Majority of them are really sweet, but there is this one kid, let's call her Jane. She has autism, and she seems to like me a little too much. She would do her best to be extra nice to me, and would defend me whenever one of her other classmates weren't listening or being rude. As far as I know, she doesn't do this with her other teachers. She has a friend group of about 3 others which she always sits with, and whenever they talk, there is always one of them that looks at me. It gives me the feeling that they are talking about me, which is kind of creepy, but I guess as a teacher you can expect it. I've always kind of got the feeling that Jane likes me. For Valentine's Day, she bought a rose for me. Anonymous. But I know it was her because of the handwriting on the card. On Monday, she was always earlier to class than the rest. 5 minutes earlier than class started, and she would be slow with making her work on purpose so she could stay after class with me. She would also always tell me stories about things at home that she doesn't like, her family, and other stuff. She would also very often come into class with bruises and other injuries, but that might be for another story. And she would just be overly nice to me. I would never call her out on any of it because I thought that maybe I was just delusional and it was just her being different. But here comes the actual part on why I'm writing. Last week I was teaching them, and Jane and her friends were speaking in sign language. Usually they would just be talking, but Jane was sitting alone on the other side of the classroom because she and her friends were being quite annoying. I know sign language because my brother is deaf, but I never told the class this, so they didn't know. Apparently Jane and her friends were talking about me, how Jane wanted to find out where I lived. She does know the town I live in and wanted to break into my home and do things to me. I can't really go into detail, but that's one thing I heard. I also found out she's stalking me on my way from work to the bus stop, and on social media. She also fantasizes about me, and I heard many other things that I can't really say on here. Things only get crazier in the watch now.